Great. Thank you. You want to say hello? Hello. Beauties or heroes, whatever your name is. That's all I gotta say. Okay. He's a little shy. Explaining what's been going on. So, I hope that a half hour, almost a half hour, will be enough for me to actually explain. And I'm going to try to talk. This is basically like, Deon, it's difficult. It is. Slowly or sluggishly and smoothly as possible. I don't know why life has to be so difficult on people. Because of how you would form connections with another human being, whether that would be online, which is mostly throughout my experience, to basically having a fake friend that wanted to call the police on you because they said that that you bruised their forehead, which you didn't, and basically this using their tactic to get you arrested because they or she is a woman while you are a male yourself. I'm sure, once again, that's her name is Casey. That's why I never talked to her again. Also, just to make this, like, a little bit quick, I feel a little bit awful of that incident of my neighbor or whatever, just because I have my phone outside in public grounds, right? And, you know, this is before our new neighbor moved in. He's really friendly, by the way, and maybe she didn't want to talk to me because of that little silly incident, right? And I wasn't raising my voice at her or anything, and my mother and I, we actually talked to her on the phone because I felt a little bit hurt, and I saw her outside not too long ago with our neighbor downstairs with his gorgeous black and brown, I think it's a German Shepherd, really big. It's a male, really friendly towards me. And she didn't talk to me. So I understand that, and that's fine. At least her grandson likes me at least. He's really sweet. He always say hi to me, like, hi. And, you know, like, he's really comfortable around me. And if she isn't, that's fine. Because I would see him, you know, with her outside on our neighborhood. Playing sometimes. And I think that's part of why I get a little bit nervous whenever I come back, because I know she's frustrated at me just because of that incident. Nothing extreme, right? And it kind of reminds me of Casey. That's why I never talk to her anymore. I don't understand why life has to be so hard, because just to share more about myself, right? I know people saying that, Deon, you should be oversharing. Well, I do that because in the past, people always think I had to do false or always lie about things, especially of a creepy woman out here in my neighborhood that would stalk me and whatever. I had the courage to tell her to not follow me again. And she says, I like you or something. And I was so creeped out. She's a French African woman, right? And she used to work at, I think it was like the family dollar that we actually have around our neighborhood. I don't want to say who it is, okay? There was a couple people. Well, besides the main person I mentioned that has over 140,000 subscribers that encourage everyone to report me if I tag them, there's this other person. I'm really getting death threats here because I had a Gmail, right? I want to say his name just to protect myself. He called me, I'm going to say this just once, okay? I don't like this word. Not to mention the other one that ends with in it, right? I saw a Gmail that says nigger on it, and also monkey, and some other weird screenshots of my face being deformed. It definitely brings like memories of someone else that used to follow me, a Mexican boy named Ryan Correa, whom was in his early 20s that I chat with. That was a supporter at the time. Did something similar, and basically he sent me some other weird Gmails, and not to mention one of where I used to live. Like, if I basically were bringing up a video about this, because this is considered blackmail, I believe, right? It was the old phone number and my old home address. Someone lives at that house. They have ever since we got evicted and before my Siberian Husky died. That's why I didn't change my my profile picture on this channel, right? The main channel that I'm talking to on here, because I have another one. And I don't understand how someone could go that far in spreading other false infos about me. I don't want you to say it. It's just really graphic. But however, though, another thing that I want to mention is that someone has basically edited out some live stream chats of a user. I'm not going to bring out her full name, but her first name is Amy, right? I'm not going to say where she's from either. That was a supporter of my other channel, or no, on this channel, right? Basically, someone must have edited out that, oh, like, you know, like, do you want to have sex after the live stream, or do you like talking to me? Like, she never talks like that. I'm sure for the ones that were on that live stream in that day, because no one bothered speaking up, literally, someone basically edited that out, and they sent me an email of it. I don't understand why you had to make Amy look like a creep. And I even messaged her about this. She probably didn't even got it, I guess. I don't know. Okay, this is why I hate YouTube. This is why, like, Deon, why are you still alive? You know, I think about suicide every damn day. And, you know, being clinically depressed and having severe PTSD. And not to mention, when I got doxxed in the past, when I had, like, 7 officers, like, knocking at our door, and they told me it's mandatory to go to a mental facility. Not to mention they did arrest it. Well, okay, it's not arrested. People think that. But the thing is, I don't know why they do this, though. When you basically go to, like, mental distress, they would tell you, like, if it's serious, you cannot stay at home. You had to go to a mental facility, aka mental hospital, or they would put you into jail. That's what they told me. And they put me in handcuffs. It was embarrassing, because it's like as though my neighborhood was thinking that I basically broke into someone's home, maybe. And the officers weren't that kind about it. And even the nurses at that mental facility weren't that kind either. And they misdiagnosed me with medication that I don't want to take, right? I mean, hell, I got pictures of it on Google on those mental facilities I went to. And I think a lot of people have viewed them. Because I got mistreated, you know? And I secretly had to put my phone in there, you know, like, especially my mother came to save me because I was being mistreated. You know, like, they were not doing their job. And, you know, like, that's the point of mental facilities, right? So, basically, let's just say this person, right? I don't want to give out their name for my safety. They would make videos about me and spreading false info. And, you know, like, let's just say one thing, okay? I don't want to share too much. They've said that I'm homophobic because I made a video of why I do not like Pride Month. Because you would have these adults that are, like, almost naked. And you got, like, kids at this, like, walking through that. And as someone that's a rape victim from not only a family member, but also by men and even already teens that would sexually assault me, right? Not to mention the crush that I had that, like, twice above his age. You know, it messes you up for a long period. And I had to go do this because I feel like I was the creep for it. And not to mention, I'm not the person that would ever send news. I'm against that, by the way. And also, people would basically impersonate me by making these fake accounts or whatever. I don't even want to think about it, right? That's probably why I don't want to look up my name, because I know people will say something, especially years ago, which is why that popular YouTuber called me capitalized in periods loser, and encouraging his community to report me. And thanks to Amy, because I actually have more proof here, he said, I guess in that video about me years ago, that we moved on from that, he basically spread false info that I want to kill my mother. I don't understand it. I mean, I barely see my mother, like, for 5 to 10 minutes of a week. And for people to say that, because I share videos of my mother, right? Why would I would say something like that? I'm a mama's boy. I gotta admit. Hell, she even saved me when we actually had to call Walmart court because I got falsely accused of shoplifting. I had to go through that. And my brother and I, we basically fought. I didn't basically share that because it's too graphic. Like, us fighting, right? You know, like, that's too much. You know, it's normal for siblings that fight, but it was that bad, right? I mean, it's just us fighting or whatever, arguing, right? I think I should probably put that video on private. My brother, he went through a lot with us. Well, with me, right? And he is, like, the sweetest sibling I ever had. Because my oldest brother. Okay? It happens. Right? I'm sure for anyone that has siblings, you can relate. But, literally, they would go that far, or he did, saying that I want to kill my mother. Like, are you serious? You're literally spreading false info about me, and who knows what other false info people would be spreading about me. If that was the case, I wouldn't even be home right now. I probably would be killed or probably be in prison or something like that, right? And you got these other creators, especially these pranksters that would harass people and, on camera get paid for that. I don't think you should be getting paid. I think I don't like using this word, sued. Like, let's just say if you're harassing that person on camera, you get monetized for it, right? They should at least get money off of that, right? Because you're making them look awful. I remember seeing a YouTuber, I'm going to mention his name, Fred Bayer, that did like an alarm prank. And I saw the Chocolate Rain guy and someone else with 1 million views. Subscribers that encourage that behavior. Are you serious? These are big creators. I'm thinking, what is going on with this site? Right? Like, I hate that damn Black Four Eyes. Okay? Yeah, call me racist for that. Because he likes his videos. I'm disgusted because you're harassing people. They don't feel comfortable. Right? I'm thinking why am I on this earth? I keep asking myself that. It just sucks that I cannot really trust people these days. Like, after breaking up the connection with Casey, and I feel awful that my neighbor now doesn't like me anymore. I hope she doesn't do anything, because I didn't, cause any harm or anything, right? I had all that on camera or whatever. Like, my mother and I talking to her. Like, yeah, she went through a harsh period before our neighbor downstairs below us moved in. And I felt awful, because the way that she talked to me, I felt a little bit disgusted, right? I want to be young at her, but telling her, please be grateful that at least looked out for your stuff or something, right? And I think if she probably won't no longer talk to me, that's fine. It's not like I'm, outside all the time, whenever I go for walks or whatever, but, if she doesn't like me, that's fine, okay? It's life, unfortunately. I know a lot of people don't like me as it is. And there's other things that people have done to me. Not only online, but in person. It's hard to keep track. Like, I could do, maybe a whole, Harry Potter series of stuff that people did, right? And not to mention, I'm not close to my family because, yes, I have been molested when I was 8, when he was 16, and I had to live with that, right? That's why I don't talk to that side of my family anymore. I had to keep this quiet, okay? Literally, because I know it'll start off something. And another thing. Okay, well, besides the Gmail from that person. And not to mention, I think that was the same person that sent me, so many links of the same link on my Instagram. I had made it private. I was getting harassed. I saw a hashtag gay joker on it. And some other threats people gave to me. I lost track. And I just can't believe they would give out, where we used to live. The phone number or anything. Shouldn't that be illegal? Giving out, personal info, someone's address online? I'm not talking about the city or anything like that. Literally, where you used to live with the phone number, that's private. Right? And I had a Gmail from that. It made my heart race like a damn, basically Indonesian drum. I'm just saying that, just to have some giggles here. But I don't understand why people will go this far to do this stuff to me. This is why I struggle to eat. This is why I struggle to sleep. I feel like I'm awful human being as it is. This is why I don't open notifications. Because it's so much. I can't take it anymore. I do have, if I just end my life like Amanda Todd. Look her up. Honestly, what happened to her was totally unfair and devilish. Well, beyond devilish. It's Satanist. Satanic, excuse me, that these people would still encourage to say rude stuff about her, right? I think she's 14 when she basically died by suicide. Not died, right? Because she just couldn't take it anymore. And yes, I am 30 months clean of basically, you see that little scar? I know it's a little hard to tell. You see that? Okay, literally, that's from a sharp kitchen knife. That's why I only got butter knives, right? Because of that incident. I could still self-harm with butter knives, yes. But it was just that much. Not to mention, on TikTok, from what I heard, someone basically would make fun of my meltdowns to get popularity out of it. Those are rumors I heard. One of my viewers, I'm going to say his name once, Mr. Smiley, didn't want to give me the name of that person that has been impersonating my meltdowns and getting viewership out of my my misery of being cyberbullied. I had to block him for that. And oh my goodness, even on the Discord, for example, this is probably why I had to censor for certain words for people to not comment on. I still remember that Discord group that would literally do like a prank call telling me that, oh, Deon, I need to go kill yourself by pretending to be a social hotline worker. And yes, I called them in the past, by the way, right? This is why, if you're here in the United States, trust, if you do stuff like that, oh, you will hear like a damn knock on your door and they will take you away just because you've been feeling depressed. This is why mental health is so important in this country. I can see why Japan and even South Korea had to go do that. I feel trapped. And another thing that actually has happened to me is they would just use my pictures in appropriate places without me knowing about it. I think that's why that popular YouTuber called me a lolcow. I think that means it's someone that is getting made fun of without knowing about it. And that's what he said. And I can't believe he literally said that I would want to kill my mother. Are you serious? That's what Amy told me in the chat. I'm glad she gave me proof from that video he did like years back, right? And yet again, he rarely come back and call me a loser, and just to encourage people to report me when I didn't attack anyone but him. I'm not surprised that he could care less that one night when I basically did get almost followed by an older man, when he said hi to me, right? That night when I got my Pokeball back stolen, no one actually gave a Wash's fan except for the workers. I'm glad that at least she let me go inside the surveillance room just to actually take a picture and basically recording on what has happened, because that woman stole my property. I love that backpack. My mother gave me money to actually buy that backpack at Walmart years ago, and I paid $5 for it. I love that backpack to death. That's how I was able to carry my groceries like 3 miles back here on foot, right? And if I actually remember another incident, that bully, that Mexican tall bully, Ryan, for example, he even basically blackmailed me to do certain things. Because if I, since he said that if you make a video about me, you're going to get your channel terminated. He did that, by the way. He literally successfully got my channel taken down. One of my channels a long time ago. And I don't want to get too far, okay? It's really bad. Like, he and another friend would basically harass me with loads of texts and just being really inappropriate, right? And I didn't respond. Like, literally, it's just inappropriate text. He would call me the N-word. I think he did call me that, like the one I just said earlier, right? From that person that sent me a Gmail. He literally said something like that. He would call me Virgin Boy. And he felt powerful because he's like over a foot taller than me, right? And say he'll beat me up or something. Yeah, I'm scared of him. Really. I thought he was cute at first. Because you gotta understand, like, he was definitely, like, in college when this happened. For at least what he told me. Right? I forgot how young he is compared to me. Not that young. But, literally. Because he was probably, like, 20 or something when this happened. I'm sure of it. I don't remember. I know he was in college. That's what he told me. He's not in high school. He was in college. And he did wear glasses. He did have, like, black, like, I think like spiky hair or something. I don't remember. I don't want to think too far back. And he would stalk me, not only on Facebook, but yes, on YouTube, even on Instagram, and saying all of that stuff to me. And it's just too much, and I feel like I'm an awful human being, that people will go this far just to harass me over online. And this is why I don't talk to people. This is why I don't have any friends. Because hell, that girl, Casey, for example, that's the reason why I don't want any friends anymore. Because I'm, like, it might have said a Big City Greens episode, if you don't want to talk to that girl, then you miss your chance. Well, you know what? At least I missed my chance from being arrested, or blackmailed, right? Or just seen as a man that beats women. She beat me back. She has bipolar depression, like I do. But she's an alcoholic, and I've been with her since her youngest brother died of a car accident. I had to go do all of that with her. And not to mention, she keep asking me to cuddle with her. Like, no, I don't go that way. I'm air ace. Proud of it. Right? Because people would not understand that someone like me, I think we're probably like 0.5% of population, because asexual is 1%, like trans and someone that's autistic, right? I don't like none of that stuff. I want friendships, but at this point, I don't think it's possible anymore. I'm scared. Like, I feel trapped. And yet again, people tell me that, oh, you need to deal with this. How? Okay, like, being blackmailed, being cyberbullied, well, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm trying to go from, like, green to black here. Like, the least threat to the most threatening. Cyberbullying, blackmailed, stalked. Okay, that'd be like a code red. Because, let's see, cyberbullying is green, right? Even though it should not be green. Blackmailed is yellow. Stalked is red. And then black would be doxed, when basically someone would get out address of where someone else would live, and they could put their family at risk. You know, like, you shouldn't be doing that. This is why, like, where I live, I keep, like, even like our neighbors, whatever, I keep this private. You know, like, I don't tell anyone where they live or anything. That's no one's business. Okay? No. It's no one's business at all. You know, you shouldn't be giving out, like, where someone lives. Even if you do know where they live, you shouldn't be giving that out. You know, unless they probably work at that company or whatever, then that's different. But you talk about, like, their home, like, address or something like that. Like, someone that's, like, considered private property, right? You know, if they work at that company or school, then yeah, you can give that out, right? Because it would be considered public, I guess. But, like, someone's home, that's different. So I had to go through all that. I know there's something else that I'm trying to think of, but I can't think of it at the moment because I've been overwhelmed right now. It's just so much. I feel like, let's just say, since I like My Hero Academia, right? How much time I got left? Okay, good. I got 7 minutes. Like, Deon, you're hanging in there. It's like Hawks from My Hero. He basically didn't really have supporting parents, and he basically felt inspired by Endeavor, whom is supposed to be a hero himself, because he grew up poor and, you know, his parents were criminals or whatever, and it's like that, right? Except that, well, that's from my cousin. I don't want to say who it is because I don't think I should give out that info, even if I wanted to. I just don't want it to start off anything. Because, yes, I know his name, full name, right? And he's a father, and he used to work at a bank, right? And he knows quite a bit about computers, but I just don't want to give up more than that. That basically pressured me to do oral sex. I had to go through that, like, multiple times. So, I just feel sick to my black gut. Like, Deon, you have to go through all this. I feel like I'm an awful human being, you know? And that's why I had to keep my mouth shut, because if I don't, then I'll get in trouble for it, right? Especially, I came with that pupper. I don't know how he has over 140. That's a lot. By telling me that I want to kill my mother, that's one thing that I'm concerned about. And then encouraging people to report my channel. I'm surprised my channel's still up. I don't want to mention his name. I don't. I'm scared, you know? Even though in my community post I did mention that, but just to be safe, I don't want to do it again. I mean, you know, to put out his name. Because I know someone's going to see, like, oh, you know what? Hey, like, this loser with only like 200 subscribers. I don't even care how much you have at the moment. Says something about you. You should get his channel taken down. You know, it's like he's a deity. He's invisible. You know, it's like he's really wealthy. Let's just say he's like the royal family, and I'm a homeless person. There's a big, big difference between the two, right? And I had to go through all this. Not to mention, I can't believe some people would harass my other viewer, Jade, from what she told me. She didn't do anything. You know? She just talks about, like, she likes to do animation on her channel. Like, let her be. She didn't do anything wrong. And yet again, people had to make disgusting channel names related to me and Casey and a sexual poll. Like, I don't understand that. Like, that's, I mean, yet again, you know, I don't think anyone's going to listen all the way. But I had to just get this on my system because it's just so much. And all as human beings, we make mistakes. It's impossible to avoid them. Hell, even with the neighbor thing. You know what? She didn't want to talk to me anymore. Yeah, because I'm sure she did see me, though, when I was petting our neighbor's German Shepherd. That's fine. I'm not going to, like, bother her or anything. Right? You know, I'm just going to let it be. She doesn't like me. That's okay. You know, it does hurt like a little bit, like she doesn't want to talk to me, and I wanted to do favors for her, you know, look out for her, but it's fine. You know, our neighbor, I'm just gonna mention her name, Trish, right? So, you know, other than not keeping the other stuff private. So, you know, I just had to just get this out of my system because it's difficult. I guess it is like my zodiac sign being a Sagittarius. You are a warrior, Deon. You gotta go do so much. And I don't know why I'm still here. You know, this is why if I get any messages, I'm not gonna bother reading them. Even having the YouTube notifications, I most like 90%, 92.50% of the time, right, I would have it turned off. Because I can't take it anymore. It's too much. You know, I'm just thinking like, I don't know how long I'll be living for. It's like I'm in hell on Earth, because Earth is hell. So I had to go do all this, losing sleep, because I get flashbacks of all this stuff happening, and I'm trying to think of something else that happened. You know, that's why I like to just share, like, my journeys, like, you know, talking to people where I live or whatever. Even that mom that said that, you know, her kids like the way I dress or whatever. That's really sweet of her. You know? And I don't want anyone to see me as a negative light for that. You got other creators out there that would harass people online and putting their damn camera on their face and get money off of it. Oh, especially those pupper pranksters. I'm done with them. I don't get it. Even one, you know what, before I do cut this off, because I got like 2 minutes left, I still remember that Kendall Joseph person made a video, I think it's his other channel called Ken Archives or something, that had my face on it, right? Okay, sorry about that. That was from a South Park episode of The Teenagers. One of the best South Park episodes ever been written. So I just wanted to sorry, I'm just hearing things, just having a PTSD moment. I just wanted just to get this out of my system. It kind of reminds me of like what Quite. He's really handsome too. Just had to just share that YouTuber that, you know, have went through all that allegation stuff or whatever. I can see why he left for like 4 months. I did comment on one of his videos, by the way. They did one that has like the cheeseburger on it. And yeah, I thought he's cute. And then, you know, he had to go do this shit. Right? I think he's like 19 or something like that. I don't remember how old he is, but that's not the point here. But, you know, it's like I am his situation in a way. And this is why I had to start off another channel. And this being quiet, right? This minding my own business like that. That really handsome buff man on his TikTok videos that talk about people that are filming other people at the gym and, you know, bullying them because of their weight, you know? It's like that. I just, like what Robin would say on One Piece, I want to live in one piece.